Welcome to Channel Japan. I'm Mai Demizu.
And I'm Makiko Tsuda.
Every week, we bring you the freshest information out of Japan from our studio here in Tokyo.
From the economy to culture and even foods, if you want to find out what's happening in Japan right now, this is where you'll find it.
Channel Japan Ranking.
We bring you Channel Japan Ranking, in which we rank some of the hottest products and services in the country. Well, today's theme is domestic travel in Japan.
Yes. Now, as we have a chart over here, Japan's economy is showing signs of recovery, and the number of both domestic and international travelers have also been increasing ever since 2009.
Right. So, summer vacation in Japan is from late July to August, so people going on a travel must increase during this time of year.
Yes, they definitely do. And by the way, Demi-san, what kind of things do you look for when choosing a place to stay when on vacation?
Let me see. Probably the closeness to major tourist sites.
I see. So the location is
Yes, and
important.
convenience, yes.
I agree. I probably look into restaurants that are in the hotel.
Right. That's a
And
very
meals.
important factor as well.
It is.
Yes.
But we have a study by a financial institution, and they've asked people what travelers prioritize when choosing accommodations. And this is the ranking result. At the top comes price.
Of course, price.
Important. And followed by location, which I think you mentioned, and then room, which means features such as room size and bedding.
So we all hope for comfortable accommodations, but in the end, the price is the most important factor.
It definitely is, I think. But at the same time, with competition to attract customers heating up in the hotel industry, and more hotels are focusing to create unique services that appeal to target groups such as women, families, and foreign travelers.
Yes. So today we introduce strategies of leading company in revitalizing resorts. Take a look.
Emerald blue ocean surrounds an island resort. A luxurious Japanese inn blends traditional Kyoto style and modernity. New innovations by this resort operator have led it to great brand success.
こちらがハッスンですね。サツキですね。
Their luxurious cuisines pursue both innovation and tradition.
竹富島のブランドというか、その食でお客様を呼びたいな。
The key to meeting guests' needs was to develop a regional brand. There's also the promotion of its hot spring accommodation.
ご当地に合った魅力を出し、日本旅を発信する。
It's been over a century since this hot spring hotel began in Karuizawa, and now it's embarking on a new strategy. Hoshino Resorts are looking to showcase the appeal of their modern resorts. And have developed a brand new facility. Kegon Waterfall, Nikko's Toshogu Shrine, and Lake Chuzenji. Kai Nikko is luxury hot spring accommodation newly situated in Nikko, Tochigi Prefecture, an area rich with tourist attractions.
こんにちは。こんにちは。はい、日光へようこそ。お願いいたします。
The name Kai signifies the inn's brand. Established in 2010, it's part of Hoshino Resorts' nationwide chain of hot spring inns.
カイというブランドは、小さな、高品質の温泉旅館であると。ターゲットはですね、35歳以上の、日本旅行をする方をターゲットといたしております。
The reason for establishing the brand was to define a concept and demographic. There are 12 accommodations across Japan, and every hotel is limited to around 40 rooms, targeting female travelers aged 35 and over. The strategy is to maintain a high level of service to attract popularity among seasoned female travelers, thus gaining a high reputation. The hotel staff members are up on stage. They are wearing traditional regional wooden shoes known as Nikko Geta.
もう一つの旅行の目的っていうのはやはりその地域の文化を知りたいということがすごく、調査の中で分かっております。やはり日光らしい旅館を作る上では日光の伝統文化伝統工芸をですね、私たちは大切にしたいことでありますし、今回その形にしたものが日光下駄のご当地学となります。
The event, called Gotochi Gaku, is also held at other inns as a way for guests to enjoy the local culture. This is a traditional lion dance. And this is a live shamisen performance. Performances include dances wearing Nikko Geta.
従業員の方がこうお客さんに対してやってくれるっていうのが珍しいんで、すごくこっちも楽しめました。
By promoting regional charms, they hope to offer even more satisfaction for guests.
一番嬉しいのはですね、その貝巡りと私たちは呼んでるんですけれども、一度貝を使っていただいた方がその施設に満足をしていただいて、他の施設も使ってみたいと、これがどんどん広がっていくのがすごく今やってて実感がありますので、ブランド効果なのかなと思っております。
Next is a resort hotel where all rooms have an ocean view. This hotel also has a common target and concept point. It's designed for families with kids. This guest room has cots and prams. There's also a kids' playroom and daycare center.
The 設備がやっぱりその子供が使うことを前提にしてできているので、非常に安心して、泊まれましたね。
There are still more kids' facilities. It's 9-meter-high play equipment for adventurous youngsters, complete with specialized safety gear to wear as you use.
楽しかったです。楽しかった。でも少し怖かった。
There's also a tree house in this 300-year-old camphor tree.
今徐々に増えているのはママ友で、ママ友で泊まりに来るなんていうのはあんまり想像してはいなかったんですけれども、子供を連れてきてもやっぱり気兼ねなく楽しんでいただける場所があるっていうことで、今とても増えています。
The hotel is pioneering new guest innovations. In southern Okinawa lies Taketomi Island, part of the Yaeyama Island chain. The tiny island's inhabitants number just 350 and is surrounded by beautiful ocean and coral reefs. The resort in this island was established in 2011. It's a resort based on the concept of an island getaway with ample relaxation space. There are also private spa rooms and many other ways to while away the hours on your private island getaway. Head down the small lane to the coral beach to discover a single guest lodge built in Okinawan style, surrounded by stone walls.
我々がですね目指しているのはやはり来ていただいたお客様に完全にリラックスしていただくというようなことは、当然なんですけれども、それに加えてですね何かしらの新たな気づきですとか、新しいお客様にとっての目覚めのようなもの、そういったものを提供できる施設でありたいなと思っています。
What is this new experience they've proposed? It's a kitchen garden within the resort.
ここではディナーのレストランで使うハーブとか、あとサラダの葉っぱですね、そういったものをこちらで育てています。
The chef is a prize winner at the world's most prestigious cooking contest, the Bocuse d'Or. He created the field in the resort and grows around 20 different types of vegetables and herbs.
この太陽をしっかり浴びて香りの強いハーブがこちらではできるので、それをぜひこちらに伺ったお客様に召し上がっていただきたいなという思いで作りました。
The chef prides himself on his original menu, Ryukyu Nouvelle, which is a fusion of Taketomi Island and French cuisine.
竹富島のブランドというか、食でお客様を呼びたいなっていう思いが僕にはあるので、ぜひまたこの車エビを食べに竹富島に行きたいなって言ってもらえるように頑張りたいなと思ってます。
It's his way of catering to the needs of guests looking for the ultimate luxury resort experience.
前本さん、こんにちは。
He often visits local farmers in order to source ingredients found only here. Today, he's interested in these. They are Taketomi sweet potatoes.
カレーよ。
カレー
カレーにこれ入れると美味しいんだよ。
甘くなんないの。
The bright orange potatoes have a uniquely sweet fragrance. This farmer is the only one on Taketomi to grow them.
僕らとしたりお客様としてはすごいもう珍しいというか、それが島らしさだったりするので、そういう意味ではぜひ使いたいなっていう。
This dish uses Taketomi sweet potatoes and foie gras. The possibilities for modern Okinawan cuisine have broadened again.
竹富でフランス料理が食べられたら幸せな大人ですよ。
いずれはだから星のやの野菜は全部ね、竹富島産でできたらそれが一番いいなと思うんですけどね。
Food appeal is the resort chain's new strategy. Kyoto's Arashiyama district with its distinct air of traditional culture. A private boat leads from Togetsukyo Bridge onto Hoshinoya, Kyoto. The hotel was opened in 2009. The building is a century-old restored inn and attracts large groups of wealthy visitors from abroad. It's billed as a riverside retreat and is an extraordinary space surrounded by the sound of rivers, ponds and waterfalls. Rooms are priced from $600 a night, making it the most formal resort in their accommodation group. Naturally, the food is also of the utmost luxury. This is a course dish, garnished with iris leaves and oak leaves. It represents a Japanese month of May. The food prepared by the chef here has a special quality.
基本は日本料理なんですけども、海外のそのニュアンスとかエッセンスを、異国情緒の雫の一滴垂らすことによって見た目とあと舌で楽しんでもらうという。
For instance, this dish contains salmon and cream cheese. And this one has the first bonito of the season paired with pakchi for seasoning. The added spice puts an innovative twist on otherwise traditional dishes, courtesy of a chef who has made a career of entertaining guests in restaurants in France and England. This spirit of hospitality is what they hope will attract foreign tourists to dine here.
Well, it seems that the target group was very clear, so like the daycare center on site.
Yes, it's said that focusing on target groups is a very effective way to revitalize struggling resorts and hotels. And some of the hotels included in the video were revitalized after being acquired from other hotel companies.
I see. So what other business strategies are used to transform a failing hotel into a popular one?
Well, it's said that through marketing and creating a clear concept for the facilities is key. And on top of that, the most important factor is said to be hiring people from the local community and motivating workers to take initiative.
Very interesting. So the intangible aspects are the most important.
You could say that. And Gotochigaku, that was introduced in the video, is also an example of a strategy that incorporates local characteristics.
So I think the biggest attraction of traveling around Japan is experience what makes that region very special.
Yes, I agree. And hotels that offer special performances or experiences see a 20 to 30% increase of repeating customers. And the unique cultural attractions of each region have become the key to revitalizing the domestic tourism industry.
I see. Well, that's it for Channel Japan Ranking. After the break, we'll be showing you a popular documentary program, so stay tuned.
Wouldn't it be wonderful if we could do this? We make things like this possible through the power of chemistry. We're the Kaiteki company, Mitsubishi Chemical Holdings.
So, what would be the key to success in expanding your business globally?
Cash management?
Knowing the whereabouts of your money at all times, and managing your money speedily and accurately. Which means accelerating your business for better results.
SMBC Sumitomo Mitsui Banking Corporation.
Myanmar. Red. United. 世界への挑戦 Passion, Spirit. 次のプレミアムフィールドへ
The view is almost like peering down on the star-filled night sky at your feet. It's the city at night seen from a height of 450 meters. Make unforgettable memories. City lights stretching for as far as the eye can see. Find it at Tokyo Skytree.
You're watching Channel Japan. In our next segment, we introduce a popular documentary program. Today, from Japanese Dream by TBS, we'll be showing you a researcher who is studying how to generate electricity from wave power.
Yes, now after the Tohoku earthquake, Japan has been re-examining its energy policies, and at the moment none of the nuclear power plants are operating. And this has brought about new problems such as the rising cost of importing fuel to run more thermal power plants and then the increased electricity bills.
It seems that weaker yen is also affecting this.
Yes, that's right. And most of the fuel used in thermal power plants are LNG, coal and oil. And the increase in costs for imported fuel to generate electricity is expected to reach $36 billion a year.
That much? Well, this must be why they're in a rush to generate a steady supply of new energy source like shale gas.
Yes, you could definitely say that. But also the development of renewable energy sources is becoming very important, although there are concerns about its cost and efficiency.
Right. So today we'll take a look at the front lines of wave power research in Japan.
Wave power generation. The unutilized waves surrounding Japan contain around 300 million kilowatts of energy, more than the power generation capability of all of Japan. Kunio Nakano is considering how to extract such an untapped resource. He wants to create clean, locally produced energy using ever-present waves.
波のパワー、そのものも瞬間的なそのものもそうですし、やっぱりどの地域にもあります。そこを、使わない手はない。
He's chasing his dream to turn the everlasting power of waves into electric power.
I have a dream.
How are rolling waves formed? By wind. The wind creates ripples on the water surface, turning them into waves and transmitting to the sea. Japan, which is completely surrounded by water, has an endless supply of wave energy. The plan is to generate power to be used in all regions. The wave power generation project began on Kozushima Island in the Izu Island chain.
波高については、年間平均 1.4 メーター、ここはですね、基本的に1から 1.5 は欲しいと思ってましたので、1.4 ですから、場所としてはいい値と。
By turning the project into reality, we can obtain everlasting power generation. Nakano is trying to break down the wall of energy conversion efficiency, which no other designer in the world has done. He's designed a wave power generation device. This model is at a scale of 1/10. He will soon use this to float in the sea and conduct power generation experiments.
発電フロートですね。これがいわゆる波で上下しますという話ですね。
The float contains gears inside, which allow it to rotate as it moves up and down and generates power. Nakano has also added a further technique that increases generation efficiency dramatically. This is a regular float. And here is the float that Nakano developed. Notice the difference between the two? They differ in the timing of their up and down movement. In the original float, it simply sits on the waves and loses a lot of energy. But when controlled by computer, the wave's power can be accumulated in an instant, which enables it to take in the maximum amount of energy. With this technology, the energy conversion rate, once just 17%, has now expanded to a maximum of 59%.
ヨーロッパみたいに波が大きければ効率を度外視にしても、それなりの数値は出るんでしょうけど、トータルの発電量としては。ただ、日本だとか東南アジアだとかそういったところ波パワーのちっちゃなところはやっぱり効率を上げないと、発電量自身が稼げないと。
This is a section of the wave power generation device anticipated for actual use. The steel body, which is 2 meters in diameter and 20 meters in length, will make up the generator. The 8-meter float will be attached here, creating an enormous power generation device 40 meters long. The goal is to create a commercial power generator, the likes of which have never been seen. Ocean energy specialists from industry, academia, and government have joined in the project. Anticipation is high for another renewable energy source to stand alongside solar and wind power. Nakano is at the forefront of the march toward realization. But the experiment that led to his passion for wave power generation nearly cost him his life. As he was working at sea, the weather suddenly turned for the worse, and the sea became violent. The boat's engine was destroyed and was at the mercy of the fierce waves. Once he somehow made it back to port, his fear faded, giving way to admiration instead. He strongly felt this energy should be harnessed. That conviction has supported Nakano's challenge for the last decade. In 2015, the 40-meter-long generator will be installed on Kozushima Island. The islanders are excited.
やはりこの発電した電気で通しましょうよやはり。
それがやっぱり目指す方向なんです。
One floating generator can provide 5% of the island's power. However, a harsh reality has hit the project. They're meeting with the engineers in charge of installing the generator. Installation will be very difficult in its current state. The plan was to use a crane to lower the device into the sea. When it's lowered, there can be an error margin of just 50 centimeters of up and down movement to ensure the most efficient power generation. But according to the engineer, just the seabed terrain and the twisting of the chains means they will certainly go over that margin. They must maintain it below 50 centimeters in order to achieve the world's highest standard of energy conversion. They defer till next time, without reaching a conclusion. A huge barrier stands in the way of getting the project started. It's times like these, Nakano changes tact.
深刻にならずに真剣になれと、いろんなトラブルあっても深刻になる時はあってもいいと思うんですけど、やっぱり真剣になっている物事を必死になって考えるとやっぱり見えてくるし、本当真剣になって動けば何かいろんなものが変わってくるんで、やっぱり、まずは真剣に取り組むことかなというふうに、常々思ってます。
How can they eliminate the margin of error when they install the generator? Nakano has gone to ask Murakami, an expert in underwater construction. He makes a simulation of what will happen in the actual installation process. Through that, he comes up with an answer.
あとはポイントとしてこの分割なんですよね。
The generator will be split into two parts. The plan is to first put the bottom half into the water. After that, the upper half will go in and get bolted together. The joined segments will adjust for the margin of error, making it possible to carry out highly precise work.
最初の最初から一体で持ってくるよりは絶対。
They meet with the engineers a week later.
基本的には分割をしますということです。
How will they react to Nakano's new and ambitious proposal? It seems the engineers are happy with the plan. They've scaled another hurdle with a well-considered result. In January 2014, the 1/10th scale model generator was installed in the sea and experiments conducted. Will they be able to attach the two halves under the sea as Nakano envisaged? This is the upper part. It will be joined to the bottom half, which is already underwater. However, the float has trouble floating directly upright. Its buoyancy impedes it, and it turns to its side. The problem becomes clear after it's been floated in the sea for the first time. They give up installing in the water and instead join it on land. Will it generate power from the waves? They test it. The result is surprising. The float is bouncing up and down. Nakano's control technology has proven its might as a world-class conversion efficiency generator. They measure the power generated. The data sent from the computer indicates power generation by strong wave patterns. They were able to draw out stable power.
イメージはイメージ通りです。ちょっといろいろありましたけどそうですね、今日はいろいろと勉強させられました。
The children on Kozushima Island watch the footage of the sea experiment. When they get older, they may be using wave-generated power on the island.
神津の海が神津島のために、神津島の未来のために生かされるのはすごく嬉しいと思うので、これからも神津の海を生かして神津の未来を作っていってもらいたいと思います。
太陽光発電とか風力発電とか、そういうのは神津にあんまりないけど、あれ海のは神津ならではのものだから、それ作ったことでちょっと嬉しいと思います。
今日初めて波の発電をできることを知ってすごいと思いました。これからもこの研究を進めてもっと進化したすごいものになってほしいと思いました。
ね、本当重いですね。ありがたいというか、いい言葉もらってますんで、まあ今まで以上に、もっと前にと、チャレンジしていこうと、目指していこうとは思います。
Well, considering that the Japan is surrounded by ocean, this new source of energy has a lot of potential.
Yes, true, and waves are an inexhaustible source of energy, and so there are very high hopes for it as a new source of renewable energy.
Right.
But there are problems such as durability in harsh weather conditions, plus the coordination needed with the fishing industry that it needs to resolve.
Well, how efficient is the wave power compared to other renewable energy sources?
Well, that depends on location, but it is said that it produces 5 times more energy per unit area than wind power and 20 to 30 times more than solar power.
That's wonderful, but how could it be used commercially?
Well, actually, it's been used to power buoys that guide ships at sea for over 40 years, and there are several thousand in use around the world. And also in the future, it's expected to be a source of power for many of the isolated islands around Japan.
I see. So it looks like the key of expanding the use of wave power will depend on how much they can lower the initial cost. Well, next is an episode from popular economics program, Gachiri Monday.
Man, look at all these cars.
Hey, have you heard, by the way? The Japanese company Kobelco is working to make the world's cars lighter.
So what does that mean?
Kobelco is using aluminum and steel technologies to make car parts and bodies lighter around the world.
Ah, Japanese technology. The country of karate. Ha! Ha! Ha!
Why do we always do that?
I don't know.
The talk of the world. Kobelco.
Panasonic Ultra High Resolution 4K, extending the frontiers of TV.
Vamos lá.
Allowing passions to flow, values to converge, enhancing imagination. Places abloom with captivating images, bring a new kind of connection to people's lives. Panasonic 4K solutions. Break the boundaries.
Panasonic.
Az én álmaim autója, amit lerajzoltam, egy nagyon környezetvédő autó. Milyen jó lenne, ha sikerülne a megálmodott házamba költöznöm, ahol tudok kísérletezni és állatokat megfigyelni.
Omron is a company like no other. It defines expectations because engineers are constantly working on something new. Machines that are attuned to the way people think and move. Therein lies technology that will one day help the future. We automate. Omron.
You're watching Channel Japan. Next, we'll be showing you a popular economics program, Gachirin Monday by TBS. Today's theme is countryside coffee shops.
Yes, now coffee shops are a popular place for people to gather or take a quick break, but lately we're seeing more shops that are run by chain companies, including chain shops from overseas.
Right. There are a large variety of coffee shops, from cafe-style shops where you can sit down and enjoy a coffee to grab-and-go style coffee stands.
That's true, yes. And besides coffee shops run by chain companies, there are old-fashioned style coffee shops called kisaten, and they became very popular in the 1960s and 70s. And many of these places are still popular and can be found all around Japan.
Yes. So today we take a look at the reason behind the popularity of some of these countryside kisaten.
Komeda Coffee is a famous locally based coffee shop chain from Nagoya that eventually became popular across Japan. Each region of Japan has their favorite local coffee shop chain. In Nara, this place is actually a coffee shop. We will find out the story behind the large portion meals and the expensive chairs at this shop in Osaka.
あんまり痛くないですけど、この椅子でだいたい12万円。12万円。これがですか？はい。
We'll take a closer look at this shop's luxurious furniture.
今からもう行きますけれど。今から行くんですか？
This chain is especially popular among middle-aged females. We'll find out the secrets behind the popularity of these regional coffee shop chains. To find some successful coffee shops, we first visited Nara. We heard about a coffee shop chain that has recently expanded throughout Japan.
ベビーフェイスがまあ一番有名やけども。ベビーフェイス。ベビーフェイス。どんなお店なの？
量が多い。量が多くて、大人数で言ったら割り勘で得するみたいな感じです。
そうなんですか。はい。We visited one of their shops to see it for ourselves. The entrance looks pretty exotic, and it does not look like a coffee shop at all. The interior also looks exotic. Customers sit in individual rooms. These individual rooms are the selling point of this coffee shop chain.
ここよくいらっしゃってるんですか？あ、本当ですか？
すごいおしゃれやなって思います。はい、外国みたいで。
They provide a comfortable space that allows customers to relax with friends. And they can enjoy it like it was their own home.
大きいの食べてますね。こちら何ですか？
これはモーシーのオムライスの S サイズです。
S サイズ？これで？
This dish is also big.
これ何ですか？
スモール&ハーフスモールレスラーサイズです。
Their portions are huge. And this is the most popular item on their menu. An omelet with fried rice and fluffy eggs. The smallest size weighs 250 grams. The largest one's called sumo wrestler size and weighs 1 kilogram. It is made completely from scratch, starting with cutting the vegetables. This chain has become popular thanks to their comfortable individual rooms and big portions. With 87 shops, they have become a big hit.
周りに若い人とか学校とか、サーフショップとかあったので、
最初お店の周りに。
そうですそうです。だから若い人用に量を増やしていったら最後にあんな大きい。
We also asked why the shop has this kind of interior.
この辺は全部バリのものです。
バリ？
はい。第二の故郷っていうぐらい好きです。
第二の故郷。
はい。
All the furniture in the 87 stores are selected and bought by the president himself from his favorite place in the world, Bali. The popularity of the shop is so high that 7 more shops will open in the near future. Next, we headed to Ibaraki to find a popular coffee shop chain. We asked local people which shop they like the best.
サザコーヒーじゃないですか。ひたちなか市では有名だと思うんですけど。はい、
有名ですよ。
あ、そうなんですね。
はい、サザ。
サザ。
うん。
And we went to check out that coffee shop. We expected something extraordinary, but the exterior looked quite plain. The interior is also just like any other regular coffee shop. And their drinks and foods are nothing special. We asked a sales representative what their store concept was.
我々は喫茶店なんですけれども、やっぱりそのコーヒーということにすごくこう思い入れがあって、コーヒーにこだわってます。
The secret behind their popularity is because they are extremely particular about the coffee beans that are used. Their special blend costs less than $5, which is quite reasonable. The beans for this blend are selected by the president himself and are purchased directly from farmers in Guatemala, Colombia, Brazil, and Ethiopia. Here's what the customers say about the coffee.
深みがあって香りがいい感じです。コーヒーの味がきちんとして一番美味しいね。
They get only the best.
我々の鈴木専務はその世界一のコーヒーを、オークションで買い付けております。 世界一のコーヒー？はい。これが原車です。1キロで10万円ぐらいになりますかね。 1キロで10万円。10万円です。
A cup of coffee prepared with the world's greatest beans is worth between $20 to $30. We asked the managing director how many cups of coffee he tastes during his business trip to purchase coffee beans.
最大400杯ぐらいいきますね。それ分かんなくなっちゃわないんですか？いや、絶対分かりますから。
Besides coffee beans, there is another drink made out of a special ingredient. It is this strawberry shake, which costs about $7. This is the farm where the strawberries for the shake are grown. They are sought after by many professionals.
ホテルのパティシエさんが使ったりだとか、あとは千疋屋さんで大きいものに関しては使っていただいたりとか。千疋屋？はい。
the strawberries are sought out by luxurious fruit stores. So, how about the cost?
5250円でした。5250円。どのぐらいでですか？12粒で。12粒で5250円。はい。
Have you tried their strawberry shake?
飲んでます。本当自分で言うのもなんですが、美味しいですよね。そうですか。びっくりしちゃいますよね。
This coffee shop chain is currently expanding, and now they have 10 stores in Tokyo. Next, we went to Osaka to find a popular coffee shop chain there.
この南に英国屋っていうのがありますね。
英国屋？
どんな感じなんですか？
なんか落ち着いた感じの。結構年配の方とかでも一人で入ってる方多いんじゃないですかね。
英国屋。
We visited one of their shops. It feels quite luxurious with chandeliers on the ceiling. And it's crowded with customers.
英国屋さんよくいらっしゃいますよね。
最近ちょくちょく使わせてもらってます。本当ですか？はい。
お店の雰囲気とかいかがですか？
すごいいい感じで落ち着きますね。
落ち着きます本当に。話も弾んで。
Thanks to its luxurious atmosphere. This coffee shop is quite popular among middle-aged women. There are a total of 43 stores, mainly in Osaka, that enjoy good sales. We asked the president some questions.
なかなか喫茶店では真似ができないようなこの内装ですよね。この家具にもね、ちょっとお金をかけまして。
The furniture here looks simple, but
イタリアから輸入のこの椅子で。
これイタリアから？
はい。
お高いんです。
高いですね。
どのぐらい？
あんまり痛くないですけど、この椅子でだいたい12万円。
12万円。これがですか？
はい。テーブル1脚20万円のテーブルですね。20万円。これはウェッジウッドの1脚1万円のコーヒーカップです。
They only charge about $5 for a cup of coffee. But how do they make a profit while spending so much on the interior?
儲かったお金をまたお客さんに還元する意味で、お客さんの手に触れるもの、ね、体に触れる椅子、こういったものにお金をかけてまた来ていただこうと。
Their investment is high, but they are profitable because customers come back to enjoy the comfort provided here. What made them aim to create a comfortable space? It can be traced back to the time when they opened their first shop.
創業今からもう45年前なんですけども、世の中が男性社会の時に女性で一人でも気楽に入れる喫茶店を作ろうと。
When they opened their first shop in the 1960s, customers of coffee shops were predominantly men. This shop saw business opportunity and designed their shop in a way that was more attractive to women. They focused on making it feel like a luxurious department store. Another feature which allows customers to enjoy luxury is
こちらのフロアはパーティールームになっておりまして。
パーティールーム？
はい。
These large rooms can be used for business meetings. For parties larger than 4 people, the room is available for free if they all order something. This coffee shop chain has a very good reputation. Their specialty, which won the hearts of female customers, is
これが当店自慢のミックスジュースです。
They have served this mixed juice every day since they opened. We learned that their success came from capturing the hearts of female customers. Next, we went to Nagoya, Aichi Prefecture, to look for a coffee shop that is popular there. Nagoya is known for the fierce competition among coffee shops. The most popular coffee shop chain is
シルビア。森山にもありますよ。シルビアあるよ。なんか結構ありますよね。
ちょっと
ねシックな感じがするところだよね。
We went to visit a Sylvia shop. This location opens very early, 6 a.m.
お邪魔します。すいません。
おはようございます。
長さんがこちらいらっしゃってるって聞いたんですけど。
まあ私ですが。
あ、そうなんですか。
That was the president of the chain that has 35 shops. And he's in the kitchen?
働いてらっしゃる。
やっぱり現場が好きなもんですから、やっぱりその発祥の地の店は大事にしたいもんですから。
The president still comes to the shop and works from early hours whenever he can. The head shop opens at 6 a.m. And as soon as it opens, the seats are filled up very quickly.
いらっしゃいませ。おはようございます。いらっしゃいませ。はい、耳切りです。
Regular customers just come in and sit without ordering. The president knows what they want just by looking at the customer.
お願いします。お客さんの好みですよね。パンをよく焼いてくれだとか、バターを少しだとか、耳切ってくれだとか、そういう好みをいかに搾取するかということ。
He also remembers the preferences of each regular customer in detail.
でいつも見える方が、で時たま見えない時になるとやっぱり心配しちゃう。なんかね風邪でも来たのかなとかねなんか。
His thoughtfulness is conveyed to the staff at each shop.
朝は寒かったよ。
寒かった寒かった。
大丈夫かな心配になっちゃう。
あ、そうかね。
いつも来るもんで。
そう。
で来ない日があると心配になっちゃう。
お父さんが来るときは一緒に来る。
あ、そうか。仲いいっすねいつも。
そうどうもごちそうさま。
ありがとうございます。
Another aspect that the president focuses on is the food menu. Their menu offers variety types of toast to match the coffee they serve. Carbonara is a popular spaghetti sauce. Here, they pour it on toast and call it Carbo Toast. Its rich flavor goes well with coffee. They sell about 50 to 60 plates per day. This coffee shop chain is based in Nagoya, but they opened a new store in Tokyo this year.
Well, it was interesting to see how each store was particular about different things.
They were, weren't they? And they each had a uniqueness that chain stores don't. And there are over 1,000 such kisaten around Japan, but surprisingly, we have a map over here. Kochi, which is right here, has the most in number. Surprising. And because countrysides have smaller populations, it's often difficult to run a full-fledged restaurant. So instead, the number of kisaten that offer a whole range of foods is increasing.
Well, old-fashioned kisaten that offer a light meal in addition to drink seems to be decreasing in Tokyo. But I would love to visit this kind of coffee shops next time I visit the countryside.
Me too. But some countryside kisaten are actually expanding their stores into the Tokyo area.
Really?
So perhaps you can go there to experience the countryside atmosphere.
Yes, I would go. We hope you enjoyed this edition of Channel Japan. We hope much more on the latest information in Japan from our studio here in Tokyo. So don't forget to tune in next week.
Mitsui & Company. Enjoy traveling around East Japan. Shinkansen will take you to the land of nature and hospitality. East Japan Railway Company.
Mitsubishi Electric is helping to change the environment for the better around the world.
Green subway systems in India.
Green solar power systems in Singapore.
Sistem AC ramah lingkungan di Indonesia.
Eco changes for a greener tomorrow. Mitsubishi Electric.
Tomorrow never ends with you. With you. It won't. When the morning falls, we there so long. Well, I know we'll never
For life's greatest moments, Bridgestone.